Pelosi was asked about Manchin and basically calling this fiscal insanity and everything else. And this is just the beginning of the Speaker of the House featured on the show today. We'll see what kind of shape she's in here. I haven't seen this yet. Let's see what she said. Roll it, G.
I don't have to tell you, you've got a Senate problem on your hands. Joe Manchin said last night that the reconciliation bill is the definition of fiscal insanity. He talked about vengeful taxes. Does that sound like someone who's open to further negotiation? And how do you get something pre-conference to how do you move forward with that on the other side of the Democratic Party?
Good morning.
Well, we're talking about substance. We're not talking about rhetoric, and we're not even talking about dollars. We're talking about what is important in the legislation. Where can we find our common ground? If I paid attention to everybody's public statements, oh my goodness, even some that maybe you inadvertently make that are not quite on point.
Mickey Mouse
but he said some other things after that said, I'm for reconciliation. And did you see that further?
Is he saying something privately then to you or to the president that gives you more hope that that can move forward?
You would think I'm going to talk to you about my conversations with Joe Manchin in here if you promise not to tell anyone.
You've had a conversation with him?
Look, I think that Joe Manchin is a great member of the Senate. We're friends. We're Italian Americans. We get along. Catholic. We have shared values. I have enormous respect for him. I had one of the joys of my service in Congress was to work with him to make sure we had the health benefits and pension benefits for our mine workers. Not that I think clean coal is anything but, well, nonetheless about that. But I do believe in the workers, their needs, and the rest, and we did that at the end of last year, working together. So we have our common ground.
Boy, every time I see her waving her hands around, I really do. I feel like I'm like at Disney World and Mickey, hey, everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just, that's just delusional. They're nowhere near. I mean, for her to say, well, he said some other things too. Well, yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he said a lot of things.
He said you were bat-ass crazy and get away from me.
Here's what we know he said. He's willing to agree to $1.5 trillion, which, by the way, is still fiscal insanity given our current situation. But you're at 4.5. Some say 4.7. So it's not like he's at 1.5 and you're at 1.8, 1.9. He's at 1.5. You're at 6. This is DOA time. So I mean, that's what they did all day today. Psaki did the same thing in the press briefing room.
Yeah, but just as you saw as the continuing resolution, leave it to Republicans to ride in and save the day for them. You know that they're going to work out a deal. Somebody's going to, McConnell's going to do what he's going to do because they're going to say, hey, remember, you're going to be leaving Senate soon. We got a cushy job for you. It's all about for legacy for these guys. They have to have something that they can go to.
Well, I mean,
they're going to make a deal. You watch.
Even these Republicans, even the McConnells of the world, have never seen an attempt to change. Do you ever notice that every time Schumer, Pelosi, Biden, all of them get in front of a microphone, you ever hear, it's like the buzzword of all buzzwords, transformational.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to transform the country. It's transformational. Well, a lot of us don't think the country needs to be transformed.